It's 2026 and people are trying to save every rupee / dollar they're spending on their workstation. Now this video will guide you on practical ways on how to save money on that workstation. Now, the first thing to understand is not all software works the same. You see, some software was actually designed even before multi-core processor was a thing, or even before using GPU for accelerated computing was a thing. So in many cases, these softwares continue to be unoptimized for the hardware you may throw at it. So you need to be smart on what to buy. For example, in After Effects, you are using your CPU and RAM almost fully. But in DaVinci Resolve, that's not entirely the case. Your budget shouldn't dictate the parts you choose. Your use case and your workflow 100% should. Now in this video, we'll be covering major popular video editing software and how to optimize your build accordingly. So here goes. Starting off with Premiere Pro. Now Premiere Pro is interesting because it works on a tight balance in all your components. If even one of them is weak, you feel it instantly. Here, Intel actually saves you some money because they have decoder on chip to do the heavy lifting and doesn't really offload it to your GPU. Now on the CPU side, you spend here. Intel QuickSync also helps speed up things and yes, prioritize high core speed as well. GPU is where you save when you're building for Premiere Pro. You don't really need that super high-end GPU to do your workflow on Premiere Pro. Just make sure you have enough VRAM for the resolution you're working at. 8 GB is more than enough for most users. And as far as RAM goes, capacity matters the most. The speed itself will not matter and you'll not be able to feel a difference between 5600, 5200 and 6000, but capacity will really matter for those longer timelines. Now moving on to After Effects. Now for After Effects, single core clock speed is what you're chasing after. It doesn't matter and you don't really need to go with that huge multi-core processor to get good performance on After Effects. Prioritize single core CPU speed. Aim for high speed 6 to 8 core setup. As for GPU, go for a mid-ranger GPU with 6 to 8 GB VRAM should serve your purposes all throughout. Now moving on to RAM, what applies to Premiere Pro directly applies here. So go for higher capacities, don't worry about the speeds that you're getting. DDR5 is recommended because support. कुछ साल में DDR4 आने भी नहीं वाला है, so fair enough, right? Now for storage, always go for the 3-step thing. Have a cache SSD separate, have an OS and software SSD separate, and of course for your dump files, that slower SSD because that doesn't really need to live on your fast NVMe SSD. Especially when NVMe SSD is expensive now. Now moving on to DaVinci Resolve. Here is where it gets slightly tricky. Why slightly? Let me tell you. DaVinci Resolve was actually built for utilizing the GPU to its maximum. And when you run out of VRAM, it just crashes. So yeah, this software is built ground up to utilize that GPU. So you can't really save money on GPU if you're using DaVinci Resolve for your main video editing tasks. And hey, it's powerful as hell, so why not? On the GPU side, do not skimp over here. I mean, don't even think of saving. At least go for the 5070 12 GB for most workflows and most resolutions. But if you're going for 4K and above, a 16 GB graphic card will help you out. On the CPU side, DaVinci Resolve actually scales well with more cores. So Ultra 7, Ultra 9, or even Ryzen 7 or Ryzen 9 should help you out. Higher cores are good for DaVinci Resolve. And for RAM, it's similar. Higher capacity works. Speed doesn't matter all that much. 32 GB le hi lo, at least. Now for storage, set it up something like this. A 1 TB NVMe SSD and the SATA drive for your cache. So yeah, high speed storage helps you. So yes, that was our recommendation on how to save some money. Some money only because everything is expensive anyway, but hey, we are here to help. And in case you need more help to decide exactly how to build that video editing station, you're at the right place. Thank you for watching.